morning.
2 hours later.
Okay, I'm more composed now. Breakfast was really good. Now I'm going to a coffee shop because I have an assignment for my writing for media class. I think the universe really decided to give me a gift with this assignment because the last assignment was a reaction story where we had to go out into the city and interview people in Spanish, which I hated. That was a huge source of stress for me. So this assignment, what we have to do is we're practicing, I think, being descriptive in our writing. And so we have to go to a busy place like a park or a coffee shop. I'm going to a coffee shop and just write about what's going on around us, like the sounds, what people are doing, the smells, etc. I'm gonna make this weekly vlog because I feel like when I am doing stuff for the camera and like pretending to talk to the camera, I don't know, I just generally feel better. So this is going to be my like accountability. You're gonna watch me try to feel better this week and we're gonna see how it goes. And also my voice sounds weird because I've been sick for a few days. I actually figured something out. I saw that my resting heart rate on my Apple Watch was higher than usual. And I was like, wait, that makes sense. Doesn't your heart rate increase when your body's like battling something? I thought this was so cool. You can actually see in the graph that my resting heart rate really spiked the day that I felt the worst, like when my cold started. But it looks like it's dropping off now, so that's good. I think I'm getting better. This coffee shop faces the main street in Segovia, which is Avenida Acueducto. So I first sat facing the window because the lighting there was so nice, but then I remembered I was there to observe people. So I moved to a different table where I could watch people like a creep. I finished up just in time to go to this volunteering event that I had signed up for. It was a trash pickup. We went sort of around campus, just climbed a bunch of hills, got our shoes very, very dirty, but it was actually really nice to be in the dirt, be in nature, be outside. My dad called me, so I talked to him for a little bit, told him about my day. Meanwhile, scrubbed my shoes because they got very dirty during the trash pickup. The print shop just closed and it only opens at 9:30 on Monday. So I'm gonna send it to them and then go pick it up. It's so weird. Like at home, anytime I needed to print something, immediately, just like literally you don't even have to plug it in, it connects through Wi-Fi, send it to the printer and print as much as you want. And now I have to physically walk somewhere to print one sheet of paper. I had made plans to call with a friend, and lately whenever I've been calling people, I just leave the residence, I start walking somewhere, I don't know where I'm going. It's just really nice to be outside and a good way to multitask. I'm trying, oh my gosh, my computer is complaining very loudly. I'm trying to make like a Spotify album cover code wall art collage thing. I saw this in someone else's room. I am blatantly copying their decor idea. So as far as I can tell, Spotify's website only provides the actual code. When you download it, it does not include the album cover. It's just this part. So I'm going to do some Photoshop work, but I need to download all of the actual album covers and I'm trying to find a website that has them in high resolution. But I'll just do it myself and then save all these JPEGs and then hopefully send them to a printing shop. The way I'm deciding which albums to use is I went to my liked songs in Spotify and I sorted by album, and I'm just gonna scroll through and see which albums I have a lot of songs saved from. I'm having a pretty slow start to my Sunday. I woke up at 8:30 and then I went to have breakfast at 9. Breakfast kind of sucked because I have only one spoon. Had one spoon, like just a metal spoon that I bought for eating my meals that I cook when the cafeteria is closed. And somehow I lost that, so I couldn't eat my cereal, which I was very excited for. It's like this Raisin Bran with dried fruits. All I had was one slice of pizza that I microwaved. So I'm very hungry now. After breakfast, I worked on this online course that I'm doing called Building a Second Brain. I don't know. I'm building my second brain, but my first brain is just not really working today. I used to be able to count on feeling inspired and motivated way more consistently than I do now. I don't know, I've just been feeling very weird about my YouTube channel. I wouldn't say that is the reason why I've been feeling sad for the past 1.5 years. But I do have this theory that it's like a feedback loop where because I started feeling sad a while back, I couldn't engage as much with my YouTube channel or make videos that felt as authentic because my videos are about like productivity and personal development, and being sad in bed kind of just feels very counter to that. So being sad impacted my YouTube channel negatively, and then because I don't enjoy YouTube as much anymore, it is not a source of happiness that I can fall back on. So you see how these two things are working together, and I don't know which came first, like the chicken or the egg. I think I just started to feel sad first. I don't think my YouTube channel had a part in that. I used to love Sundays and getting organized and all that stuff. I think one thing is that I don't really like being alone in my dorm room, but when I was at home, like all throughout school, my room was my favorite place to study, to work, to do everything. And so now I have this weird like mental block where I know that going to a coffee shop or somewhere else would probably help me and make me more productive, even literally going to the study space downstairs. But I have this weird mental block where I'm like, no, I should be strong enough to get work done alone in my room. I shouldn't need to rely on coffee shops. I should have the focus sitting at my desk here. So right now I'm trying to not listen to that voice. I'm gonna first go to this place called Walk to get noodles for lunch, and then I'm gonna go to a coffee shop and hopefully get some weekly planning done. After a very delicious lunch in the park, I went back to that same coffee shop, just the first floor this time instead of the second floor. And I tried to do weekly planning, but I actually worked on my building a second brain course because I was just, I don't know, I felt like doing that, so that's what I did. Honestly, I should have done my weekly planning because that would have made me feel more organized for the week, but I tried to go with what was most drawing my attention at the time. On my way home, I stopped at this bakery that I've been wanting to try, and I further procrastinated my weekly planning by watching an episode of Black Mirror, which I've been working on for the past 2 weeks. It's so good. Here's some close-up action for you of the bakery items that I got. So that's pretty much what I did for the rest of the evening. The weekly planning never got done. Oops. I have my writing for media class now, and we had to bring in a paper printout of our assignment. Even though we're a paperless university, I finished my assignment Saturday at 1, and then the print shop was closed, so I couldn't go anymore. So I thought I'd print it out on Monday, but then she switched the order of our classes. She said, this week, let's switch things up. Second half of the alphabet goes first. So my class starts at 9 a.m., print shop opens at 9:30. Some people in my class actually hand wrote it, so I think I still have like 15 minutes before class. I might try to do that, or otherwise I just give up. So I got it done. Someone else did not bring their printout and the teacher just let them use their computer, so I guess that was a waste of time. But afterwards I went to one of like the fishbowl study rooms and I finally did my weekly planning then. I also did a little bit of content calendar planning, just a lot of productivity going on. I ordered some art from Etsy a while back to add to my wall art, which I'm actually running out of space. I have all these ideas for things that I want to put on the walls, but there's actually not that much space left to work with. Ooh, my face is looking shiny. The first letter I got is actually from me. This is the pre-ordered gifts that come with the book. My parents at home in Wisconsin and my brother, bless all of their hearts, they did the packing for this, and so they sent me one envelope just so that I could check how everything looks. So it's art prints and stickers. Oh, this is perfect. Now I have more stuff to put up on the walls. And then this, as always, when you order on Etsy, you can expect very cute packaging. It's in tissue paper too. Oh my gosh. Wait, what is this? What did I order? Oh, she just gave like free little stickers. But the art print is this one. I love it. I got a little bit of work done and then I called another friend. So you guessed it, it was time for another aimless walk outside. The sunset was so beautiful. So I had a really good walk, a really good call. I showed him the aqueduct. I had to run some errands after that and my phone was also dying. So we said goodbye. We scheduled our next bi-weekly call because you gotta schedule these things, otherwise they don't happen. And then I went to a used bookstore for my photography assignment. So we had to do a final self-portrait for photography class, and mine was sort of a concept about reading. And I did not do this for my draft that I turned in, but I figured I needed to level something up for my final version. So I went to this used bookstore, I got a used book, and well, you'll see later what I did with it. I won't spoil it for you now, you have to keep watching. I also went to the print store to print those Spotify album covers, and then I came home. I did some more work. This is me writing an email that was quite stressful and intimidating to me, but I'm not showing it. As you can see in this video, I look very calm, cool, and collected. These look pretty good. The only thing is I'm gonna have to take some scissors and make all of these cuts around the edges myself, but overall the quality is really good. I'm quite pleased with how this turned out. It's time to get ready for bed. I don't want to jinx it, but I think I'm feeling better today. Because all this week I've been saying, oh, I think I'm feeling better today. And then the day ends with me coming home and getting sad again and not doing anything and crying in my bed and staying up late. But I think today is actually different. And it took some acting. Lately, pretty often, I've not been feeling like myself. But in order to feel like myself again, I have to act like myself. I'm not just gonna get back to feeling that way if I don't first, fake it till you make it. You know how they say, even if you're not feeling happy, put on a smile, because then that is going to trick your brain into feeling happy again. I feel like I need to act cheerful and energetic, motivated, friendly, everything, before I can actually get back to feeling that way for real, which is what I would define myself to be. Time for my daily journal entry in day 1. This is the journaling app that I use. I just have this template where I write what I did that day, 3 accomplishments, and then 3 things I was grateful for. And then I add a few photos with my phone. And the more you do this, the more rewarding it gets, because it's just so cool to see this archive of your life, basically. Oh, I forgot to turn off the light. I got this new book. I already forgot what it's called. I know it's about the entrepreneur operating system because I feel like I want to learn more about how business works, I feel like in school, they do often teach about leadership, but they don't really teach about how to organize a group of people, structure a team, and set goals and accomplish projects, So I've heard that this is a good book for learning how to do that for a business. It's called Traction, Get a Grip on Your Business by Gino Wickman. Tuesday morning, I started my day in the study room. I love the background noise feature on iPhone. It's a little buggy, but when it works, the stream noise is my favorite. It's really good for, if you use noise cancellation, it's really good for blocking out all sounds around you. So I worked on a presentation for my writing skills class, and then I filled out this little interview thing that I had to do for a newspaper feature in Segovia, and I also wrote a video script. Lots happened this morning. I want to get a birthday gift for a friend, but I don't know what to get. I was thinking an Uber Eats gift card because I think food delivery is something that anyone here, especially a college student, could use. It turns out you cannot get an Uber Eats gift card to use in Spain. At least I couldn't figure out how to do it. I could only get one to use in the US. So instead, I made a little handmade card, and then I went to that same bakery, and I wanted to get macarons, but I didn't see where those were, so instead I got just a box of assorted truffles, and they gift wrapped it for me and everything. It was super cute. I was gonna go on a whole run today, but gift shopping replaced that. So instead, I'm just gonna do a 7-minute workout. That's it. Better than nothing. The 2 classes I had were globalization and then communication foundations. As you can see, I spent the entire globalization class cutting pieces of paper. Great use of time. Afterwards, I had to pick up all of that camera equipment for my photo shoot that I was going to do that evening. And it was actually so heavy, but it's got to be done. When you're a communication student, sometimes you have to carry heavy things. At 5, there was a mentor session for the Building a Second Brain course. Not all of them work with my time zone, but this one does. Tuesday at 5 p.m. is perfect for me, so I listened to that while setting up my photo shoot. So now you get to see what I did with that book from the used bookstore, and I'm sorry if you don't like seeing books being ripped up, but it was for artistic purposes. I ripped all the pages out, and then I taped them with washi tape into long strips. and then I hung them all up on the wall. Ta-da! This is so cool. I thought I would not have enough, but I even had enough to cover the floor. I got this adapter. This is the first time I'm looking at it. The school has a bunch of equipment that we can use whenever for school or personal projects, which is really nice. However, I don't know how to take this out. They only use Canon cameras, and I use a Nikon. And I want to be able to use my camera body with the school's camera lenses. So, this is my camera. This is the Nikon Z6 body. This is a 35mm f1.8 lens. And then from the school, I checked out this camera. This is a Canon EOS 5D. And the lens is a 24 to 105mm lens. So the lens is what I want. It works. But look how long this is. Wait, I don't think I can do autofocus when I use the adapter. That sucks. Look, it's too heavy for my tripod. Shoot. I guess I'm just gonna use my own camera entirely then. Ooh. Oh, this is so bright. Lapis. Yeah, хотя гляжу, спокойно. After dinner, I called my family again and cleaned up my room while I did that. As you can see, I'm a big fan of multitasking while I call. I feel like it even improves my focus on the conversation, so I'll either walk or I'll clean, or a lot of times I call my family while I'm doing my bedtime routine, for example. I got this castor oil. This is supposed to help your eyelashes grow. When I was editing the photos for my Halloween costume though, the Billie Eilish one, I actually, I zoomed in to my eyelashes and then I had my photo and Billie Eilish's actual album cover side by side, trying to edit it perfectly. And I was like, wow, my eyelashes, are not sufficient for this. So I actually photoshopped her eyelashes onto mine. I also photoshopped the tear from her eye onto my face. I was pretty proud of that. But so then I was like, hey, I've heard castor oil makes your eyelashes grow longer, so why not give it a try? I think I'm gonna take a before photo and then do an after, and then in a month or so we can see if there's a difference. I don't know how to do this. Oh my god, oh. Today is kind of a busy day. I'm trying to film an entire YouTube video, maybe edit the entire thing in the evening. We'll see how realistic that is. I have a coaching call, so the agency that I work with that manages my brand sponsorships has sort of a psychologist that works with them to help creators with their mental health. So this is the first time I'm gonna talk to her. It should be helpful. I'm excited. I don't have any classes, but I do have to go to campus because I'm getting interviewed. I got interviewed for a Segovian newspaper and we need to take a photo. And I also need to return camera equipment. And then for the Building a Second Brain course, there is a mentor session and one of the main live weekly sessions in the evening, which in my time zone starts at 11. So that'll be super fun. Maybe I've overscheduled myself. Maybe this isn't actually possible. Because I also wanted to go to the post office. I need to mail copies of the book to people that I interviewed and a few influencers. It's just a tight schedule today. I don't know. So before I headed to campus, I finished the script for the video that I was filming and just reviewed all of the shots that I needed to get. Gotta take my vitamins. Should I wear earrings?
Mira la cámara.
Okay, this might be kind of gross, so a warning, but while I was carrying those stupid lights, I literally fell and scraped my knee. I can't remember the last time that I've done that. I feel like a kid again. Got my monitor, my script, camera in front of me. Let's do this. Somehow first semester is actually almost over. I think we only have 4 Break time! I usually don't record my entire video in one sitting because I just struggle to talk for that long. I finished up the video with a time lapse of me writing in a notebook because I had this idea for the intro of the video to just have myself like really quickly writing in a notebook the words that I was saying, and it turned out pretty well. And then I finally opened the carton of books that I got, the copies of my book, Plan and Organize Your Life. I had to send them out to a few people, so I had a little snack because I was getting really hungry, and then I went through all of that. It was a pain in the butt, honestly. I did another little 7-minute workout, took a shower, had my coaching call, did a little bit of editing, at least I got a start. I'm going to dinner in 5 minutes, so thinking I could edit this video all today. That was very funny, Beatrice. You wanna know what I did today? I epilated my legs for the first time ever, also my armpits. This was even more painful than I thought it would be. It was pretty bad, and my legs still have like red dots, but they're doing better. I moisturized. The memory of the pain still has not faded. I'm a little stressed out right now. I think I have a tendency that if I had like a few unproductive weeks like I've had, then when I'm feeling better again, I tend to swing too far in the other direction and just think that I can do everything. But it's okay. I left my weekend mostly unscheduled, so I have time to do stuff. One way or another, everything is gonna get done. I love this kind of water bottle because before I had the metal kind, and it's just so much work to take it and unscrew it and drink. This, I literally am working at my computer and drinking like this.
You're like a little hamster. Yeah.
It's 8:59. It starts at 9. Actually, it literally doesn't matter. It's like a Zoom call with, I don't know, 100 more people. No one's gonna notice if I'm late. Thursdays are cleaning day, so once a week for my floor that is on Thursdays, they clean our room and like change the sheets and sweep the floors and stuff, so we have to leave our room for an hour. So before that, after breakfast, I like to just tidy up my room, clean my makeup brushes. We have to take the sheets off the bed and put those and the towels in the corner of the room. I also like to roll up my carpet so that they can actually access the floor to sweep it. And on this day, I also did my laundry. So while the laundry was going, I was in the study room doing some homework. I finished the laundry just in time to get to my class. I had a 3-hour-long session, a double session of my photography and videography class where we learned how to basically do a camera and microphone setup for an interview shot. So we got to practice that in small groups. In the break in between, I answered some emails and stuff because yay, productive. After my communication foundations class, it just wasn't worth going back to the residence, so I stayed in a study room until dinner. I made a dentist appointment, I answered some emails, I had 2 calls, and then I had to quickly write a script for my How I Manage My Calendar video so that the sponsor could approve it. And that was pretty last minute, so I was rushing to get it done. Just finished up the last few things for the night. I called my family as well. That was nice. By the way, do you like my shirt? Because I love this shirt, so I hope you like it as well. Yeah, I had to finish up some things with YouTube. So the video that we're trying to upload tomorrow, I have had it edited for I don't know how long. I want to say like a month because it has just been delayed and delayed by sponsor approval. But finally, I think we're gonna get to post it tomorrow. But then Maya noticed that there were like missing files in the final version that I somehow didn't notice. And I also, I don't know why, I must not have been thinking, I deleted that library file. I think just because my brain was like, oh, like I was working on this a month ago, so it's done by now. So it was a little harder to fix the missing files because of that, but doable. And then I had to like submit a script for approval and stuff, but I'm done now. I really need to get to bed earlier because I think I'm sleep deprived for the first time this school year, because so far I have not had any trouble staying awake in class. this Tuesday and Thursday in Communication Foundations, which is my favorite class, so I wish I could enjoy it and I could stay awake for it. I've been falling asleep. Like, you know how weird it is to be drifting in and out of sleep in class? It's like you're dreaming, like you're in some alternate reality and you just don't know what's going on. So I don't like that feeling. Clearly, I need to get more sleep. So it is almost 10:30. I'm gonna get about almost 9 hours of sleep. This is great. When I was planning out my week at the beginning of the week, I penciled in this day to maybe go out, but I have no desire to do that. It's been a week, so. I'm going down to the study room to work on homework. At this point, I just hate spending time in my room, at least working in my room. Obviously, it's beautiful and I love it. I decorated it myself, but it's just not my favorite environment to be in, especially not for prolonged periods of time. It's also really hard to have work-life separation here because, first of all, it's all in one room, work, school, and relaxation, and then literally the desk faces the bed. So it's really hard to separate those two states of mind. So I'm gonna grab my computer and go downstairs. There's a really nice shared study space here. Get a couple of assignments done. In this presentation, we're going to show you how to use the IE University Library. So we're going to start with an overview of... After running through that presentation a few times, I did some editing. I was editing the college study routine video, and I really wanted the graphics to be really good for that, so I spent a lot of time in Photoshop. I had my weekly meeting with Maya, and then I had my classes. So on this day, I had globalization and writing skills, my two least favorite classes. Come with me, can't you hold my hand and leave? 근데 있잖아 너라면 다를까 생각이 들어 해볼까 말까 내 다리가 걸어가는 방향이 어딘지. After that, I had signed up for this art co-working space tour that the university had organized, and there were just 3 of us, so it was a very, very chill, small group tour. We met this adorable dog. We saw this really cool machine where these 3D printed figurines spin, and then I think there's a strobe light which makes them look like they're animated. We saw the pottery studio. We saw the artist behind the scene process on this big installation that he was recently hired to do. It was really, really cool. After that, there wasn't much time left, so I went to my friend's apartment to hang out for a bit, and she gave me some Indian desserts to try.
It's like Indian cotton candy.
Okay. Then I was not planning on going out on Friday, but I didn't go on Thursday. So my friends were planning on going and they convinced me to go as well. This was actually my first time at the kind of everyone's default club that they go to in Segovia, definitely the most popular one. So that was really fun. And then Saturday I had lunch. I packed my stuff and it was time for a Madrid trip. In Madrid, I met up with my friend who studies at IE's Madrid campus. We got some bubble tea, which I had not had in way too long. It was a little disappointing because they only had those little tiny mini bubbles, which are just kind of weird, but it's bubble tea. I honestly cannot complain because we don't have any good bubble tea in Segovia. After that, I met up with that same friend from yesterday, actually. I feel like you're going to start recognizing familiar faces in my videos as the school year goes along, but her cousin was here, so we went to a walk place for dinner, and then I had a ticket for a Drolo concert. I went on my own, which was my first solo concert. A little bit awkward because the setup of the venue was just not great for solo goers like me, but it was pretty fun. It was some good old-fashioned EDM music. The next day, I really wanted to check out the terrace that they had at the hostel, but it turns out it doesn't open until evening, and I was leaving that morning, so I just got to look at it through the window, but it looks really, really nice. Took the bus back to Segovia. It was very foggy, not as beautiful as sunshiny Madrid, but it's home. This is Beatrice from exactly a month later, here to tell you that the rest of my files for that Sunday got corrupted. But it was a great week nevertheless. No hard drive issues will change that. Thank you so much for watching this video about my week. This was a lot of fun to edit, so maybe I'll make more of these in the future. Give it a like, subscribe to my channel. My voice sounds so weird again. I will talk to you next week, hopefully with a normal voice. Bye!